We are here at Lisa's Clarinet shop over in Illinois with Lisa herself, and she's going to be telling us about not just this business, but other businesses that are operating right out of the shop.
I am Lisa Canning, and I am here with Lisa's Clarinet shop and the Working Musicians Academy.
Lisa has a lot of time in the industry, so she can tell us a little bit about how this started.
It started out of my dorm room, which is crazy. I went to Northwestern, and my parents basically said, when you turn 18, we're cutting you off. And I thought, oh my goodness, I need to build an income while I try to figure out how to get a job in music. But I thought, oh, well, surely I'll fail. I couldn't possibly be good at this. And it didn't fail. It just kind of kept growing. And it grew and it grew and it grew, and it turned into a $10 million business. As I got into that, I started to realize I'm turning into a banker. I play the clarinet, right? And as much as I enjoy numbers and I was good at the math, I really felt like, well, maybe there's an opportunity here to figure out how to take the next step and make sure our industry succeeds, because I saw so many bigger stores not surviving. And so I completely shrunk and changed my entire model and went back to where I started and became a clarinet shop.
I'm curious, from your perspective, what do you think right now is what the industry needs?
The industry needs musicians. The pandemic sort of changed everything. I think when musicians hit that wall and started to realize that things were really falling apart, they started to think, well, I want to stay in this industry. We've worked very hard since the pandemic to build a model for product specialty, teaching people how to develop product specialty skills, starting with the clarinet. We carry just 5 products, and we're actually growing at a really fast rate just doing that. And the reason we do it is because typically musicians know a lot about a little bit of things that they adore, and we want to teach them how to have deeper knowledge about those products. Take this buffet festival. This is a brand new model of festival. This model has been around, but they made a number of different changes to this instrument, including changing where the register key was, but also, most importantly, making the instrument be better in tune with itself. We created our own line of instrument called Stereo, that also, this instrument and this instrument actually have some things in common. They both have this grenadilla blend feature, but our instrument is half the price, not to compete with buffet because we are a house brand for buffet.
You have kind of this sales process down to the point that you're trying to teach musicians and become their own sales people. Tell me a little bit about that.
We actually produced a course, and it lives online, that takes them through all of the 5 products we sell, which is basically accessories from Van Doren, buffet, our cereal line, repair classes, and our repairs, which we could help any store create or any manufacturer create in order to protect the interests of someone who doesn't have a ton of time to want to become a salesperson, but has enough time to earn $30,000 to $50,000 in 15 to 20 hours a week.
I'm very curious if you have any horror stories of things that have happened that musicians would not expect.
We overhauled a set of instruments for somebody that they had just purchased, and they wanted special custom pads above and beyond our custom work. And they left them with us, and we mailed them to them. And historically, we've had no problems whatsoever. Well, 30 days later, the instruments had not appeared. Except the customer couldn't wait 30 days. They played principal in a major orchestra. We actually had to deliver and find brand new instruments for them while we fought with the insurance carrier in order to be able to help them to continue. 30 days later, the instruments appeared. It was an unfortunate situation, because then what do you do, right? Because we've just replaced their instruments. It's a very difficult thing dealing with very expensive things, because when you mail them, it's not just like saying, well, okay, get me a new Rolex or get me a new whatever it is. It's very personal. And so those instruments all have to, it's like starting over completely from scratch to be able to replace them.
We are now in probably the cleanest repair shop I've ever seen in my entire life. Lisa, I give you a lot of credit for that, because I mean, there is not one instrument left on the counter here, not one tool that's out of place. The 2 businesses are separated, and Lisa has a purpose for that.
It's complicated, but I'll try to make it simple. We really want to be able to help support teachers and musicians who are like, I can't make this huge investment. I have a teaching studio, but I would like to sell instruments, but how do I do that without quality repair? So by showing and modeling the behavior of having them be separate, we're able to show people how you could be with an adjacent business that maybe is self-sufficient and self-sustaining, and you don't have to worry about partnering with them other than to give them work.
If somebody is considering doing this, how do they go about learning?
Come to Working Musicians Academy. There's 2 categories, fix it or sell it. Pick your category and look at our classes and give us a call. Set up a consultation. We'll talk to you for free. We're really excited to help people find new income streams and to figure out how it fits into their lifestyle as a musician.
This is actually one of my favorite parts, is learning a little bit about the repair side, the more tangible side of the business. Rob, please, before we even get into the instrument, a little bit about how did you get into repairing instruments?
I remember I was just kind of sitting in the office where I was student teaching on Lisa's website, window shopping for clarinets that I couldn't afford. Just on a whim, signed up for the online repair class. Weekends, I was doing both. I'd just start with my simple, just repair kit of a screwdriver, pair of pliers, some pads and cork and glue, and just got to work on learning the basics. After that, I then reached out to the person who I would always take my instrument to and asked if he'd be willing to take me on as an apprentice, and he said yes.
Could you show us what you're working on right now? What's actually on the workbench here?
On this one, on this tone hole, there are a couple chips on the edge there, and they're kind of small, but little issues like that, when they compound across the entire instrument, can make it feel a little bit stuffier than normal, maybe not feel as easy. It can affect the pitch as well. My goal is to take it apart, find all those imperfections, fix those, and just kind of lightly rebuild it up. We have a finishing process where we check all of the intonation across the whole instrument.
What is the worst repair you've ever seen, or like the worst damage that you've ever seen to an instrument?
Someone that I've worked with before called me and said, hey, I had this other tech that he had, been going to work on completely overhauling this instrument. It didn't look very good. So he sent in two, a B flat and an A. So, kind of like a set of clarinets. All of these little posts and keys, when they got sent to get replated, they're normally on a string, just nice and organized, fell off the string. This puzzle of all these little pieces that look alike got mixed up. Because it's like putting together a jigsaw puzzle, like a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle, and all the pieces are black. It took me a couple days, but eventually got it done.
I think it's so fascinating to dig a little deeper into this, really what goes into providing players with the instruments that they have. And I can't thank both Lisa and Rob enough for allowing us to come into their shop and show us around and teach us a little bit about what they do. And just thank you for having us so much. And we'll see you in the next video.